Hey everybody, it is Darin with Lilleys Landing. Take this off here. It's Darin with Lilleys Landing. Today is Monday, December 20th, and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. So today they've got, according to the app, it showed half a generator, but it's moving a lot faster than what half a generator looks like to me. Still shallow though. Water's a little colored up, maybe like tea, something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna throw a pink power bait worm underneath a float. I've got 2-pound fluorocarbon on. I boat up here right at Fall Creek, so Fall Creek is right there. I'm just below it. Yeah, here we go. Let me just going with the current, and then we'll give her a throw. Might be a touch deep, or I'm set deep right here, but that's all right. I'm just bumping the bottom. It's pretty chilly today. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but when I got here this morning at 6:30, a little before, it was like 22, 24 degrees this morning. There was a couple guides that went out this morning. Both of which threw, not both. One of them I know threw night crawlers. I passed him as I was coming up, and I heard he did well. Not from him, but from another guide. The other guide that went out, he went out early this morning, and they caught him on. He said bright colored stuff. But they were up in the trophy area. They did catch one good one that was like 21 inches, he said. He even said the water was pretty colored up by the dam even, so that's why I didn't really bother going all the way up. And it's cold. So, I've never really fished below the dock between here and Short Creek, I guess, too much with this, so I honestly don't know how it'll do. I haven't got a bite yet, so we'll see. Look real quick and see what they're actually running. Sorry, that was on the mic. See if I can fish and look at my phone at the same time. So I just use the Corps of Engineers app. Did I hit the right one? Yeah. See, it shows they just have, let's see, at 11 they had a little bit more than one generator. At noon there was a little bit less than one generator. One hasn't posted yet, so assuming it's going to go down to 30. They said they were running 35, which is about half a generator. That's what the schedule showed anyway. No bites yet. Maybe I should set it a little deeper. Well, we're coming up on the shallow bend. We'll see. I said the water's it's not as clear as it normally is. It's still a little bit colored up. We had a bunch of rain the other day. Getting good drifts. Just need the fish to bite. Those guys did say it was a little tough this morning. But they caught them. They caught them on night crawlers, I guess, better than anything else, though. Like I said, I passed that guy coming up, so he wasn't that far. He didn't go down, he came up, I'm assuming he probably came up to Fall Creek. That was set a little high. So there's chunk rock behind me at where Fall Creek Resort is. If I can turn that way. So back behind me on that side, where that ends, it turns into the bluff for this bend in the lake. And I've done really well along that bluff right there on jigs. In the past. Take myself over there and throw this pink power bait worm over there. When I was coming into town this morning, it was snowing a little bit, and there was a little dusting on the grass. The roads were still too warm. It's melting as soon as it hit them. My hands are cold. There's a buoy down below me. I don't want to run into it here. That one's going to get a fish. Somebody's building something up on the bluff. I can hear them hammering. Maybe they're on this side. It's echoing off the bluff, that's what it is. See. Water's not too terribly dirty. I think I'm set at like 4 foot, and I can see my pink worm down there. It's bright pink, of course. So, oh, that was fish. Look away for a second and you get bit. That's all you got to do. Just like that. And I got to do this and go around the buoy. And I hit the bank. All right, now my hands are really going to get cold. You got lots of energy. There you go. Rainbow. On the pink power bait worm. That was right up against the bluff. About where the boat is now is the distance I caught that fish from the bluff. Buoy is beat up. Nope. Just gotta look away. Look back and it's 2 foot under the water. A lot of noise out here today. Oh, dang it. That is not a fish. Probably gonna lose everything. Pretty much. So these worms come together in a big long chain. You just gotta pinch them apart. But I also pinch off a little bit of the head to get down to the fatter part. I don't know if it does anything or not, but it makes me feel better about it. Then just thread it up on there, just like that. Ready to go again. And I can go a little deeper, I think. Sounds like there's a little waterfall up here. Already got a fish. I barely had time to close the bail and get my line tight on that one. He's a little guy, but still a fish. Where's he hooked on? There we go. pink power bait worm is working, I think. It's really not that bad out if you're not going up the lake. When you're moving up the lake, it's cold. So there's a little bit of an eddy here. Down below us, there's a little gravel bump out. So I don't want to go over where I want to fish. So my float is going a lot slower than my line. My line's looping down real quick because the water between the float and me here is faster. There we go. That's good. Hopefully I'm not too far in. This shoal comes out pretty good right here. Not really a shoal, it's just a little gravel. Oh, that was a fish. Of course. I'm not in there right now where I want to be. Hopefully that's not too close. Little bump. Come on, eat it all the way. They're just nipping at it. And that was not even 10 feet away from the boat, he ate it. Probably just eat that one and gobbled it. It's a little fish, but he ate it like a good one. Using the net just makes it easier to handle too, instead of fighting them. Fighting to get a hold of them. Little rainbow. He went right under the boat. Oop, that is in the dead water. I better move myself out. So off that little gravel bump out, there's a seam, and I just sit right in that seam or right next to it. Well, the food gets washed down that, so I sit there and pick it off. So if you can get your lure in there, your bait, whatever you're using, get it right in that seam. You want to get it in the same, like this is under a float, so I want to get it in the faster side of the moving water, just to make it easier to fish, and I can set the hook that way. Now the current's like pulling it away from me. So I keep trying to mend my line kind of like a fly rod, so the power arm is dead drifting instead of me pulling it from with the float one way or the other. It's kind of been dead water right there, but that may have been the bottom. I don't think so. I think it still drops off pretty good there. That was like a slow pull under. It wasn't a real hard take. Line it there, I'm not going to be able to set the hook. That one ate it hard. Let's see if I'll come back to it. I need to get myself back in the habit of setting the hook to the side instead of up like that. 'Cause you set it to the side, and you set the hook to the side with your rod, and it stays in their face a little bit longer. I mean, you don't pull everything up out of the water. They're eating it, and that one's eating it. He's little. He was just making the float jiggle. Get myself out away from the rocks here. Well, fishing seems to be alright to me. They're small, a lot of them are. Most of them are. Little guy, most of them are that size. He went straight back in my power worm. Hopefully he didn't eat it. Another little seam right there. So there's that big rock up there. There's an eddy behind it. And there's a seam right there, right where my float is. So you got dead water on the other side of my float, fast water on this side of my float. So all the food's getting washed right down that center, down that seam. I think the fish are hugging the bank over there, the ones I'm catching anyway. But if I throw over there, it's dead water. So it's another boulder that sticks out farther than everything. Down here, makes another little seam. Now I got my float in the dead water. There we go. Now it's moving. Actually, recast. That works. The water's not too slow. So I have my bail open right now because my float is getting pushed away from me, I think. I don't think I'm any farther away from the bank. Just letting out a little bit of line so I can keep fishing it. If the fish was to eat it, I'd just close it real quick and set the hook. But you just want your float and your bait just dead drifting. You don't want to be pulling it or anything like that. There's a fish right there, just came up. He's little though. He'll probably eat mine. If it's a little one, he's probably gonna eat my stuff. There's another pretty good little jet out here with some gravel. Hopefully I'll be able to get myself set up to fish right on the edge of it. When you go by these, you can see where the drop-off is. There's a fish in over there, but he was in some dead water. Should have set it to the side. Dang it. No, fish come after my float. He did. Oh, he's gonna eat my... He ate my worm. He came up on my float chasing it after I set the hook. And then he went straight down and saw my worm and ate it. Oh. Say the pink powerweight worm is kicking butt today. Another rainbow. Hope y'all can see all this. It's black. Sorry. Alright, I'll throw again one more time. And I'm going to do it closer to the bank. Take that back. There's a fish right there. So I just saw a fish come up in the seam. I'm going to throw not as close to him as I wanted to. Wanted to throw closer to that to him, but maybe he'll see it over and get it. Chasing two of them. They are going crazy right there. Those two are going nuts after each other. Maybe they'll eat that. So what the boat is right now is like where the seam is. The dead water's right there, fast water's over here. Easy way to see is where all the leaves and stuff get pushed together at. So my boat right now is where I would really want to be fishing. Alright, well, I think I'll call that a day. Thanks for watching. Pink power bait worm on a 64th ounce trout magnet jig head, 2-pound fluorocarbon.